Greetings everyone. Today is a good day because of this beauty. I literally just pulled it out of its packaging box and now I'm going to open it for the first time. I've already taken the cellophane packaging off to make it easier with my one disembodied hand to do it. But this game's pretty special to me and a lot of people. When I was a kid, my parents bought me Talisman 2nd edition and set me off on adventures that no other board game can ever really emulate back in the 80s. I even used to play it by myself, even though it was meant to be played with other people. And now the 5th edition is out and it's pretty exciting. I know this game's got some tweaks, so I look forward to exploring how they play in action. But I know Talisman is always a journey because they always come with a lot of expansions and that really dictates the flavor of each edition. 4th edition had loads of them. So let's open this bad boy up. Artwork is sublime. Truly magnificent. This artwork dictates the Elder Dragon space. And there he is in the background up there. I rate that someone is going to nick his crown. Got some of the characters you can play on this side of the box. These are some of the best artwork I've ever seen for Talisman characters, although the charm of the prior editions will always be something to behold. Thief's got a new look. Troll boy, Hulk smash. This is what we got inside. And I think they've changed the lore of Talisman a little bit. There's a 2-page spread in the instruction manual which goes over some of the myths and legends. Let's get open. Alright, here we go. Nice instruction manual. Very nice to read and more glorious artwork. You can download this for free off Hasbro's website. I've already read it about 3 times. 29 pages. And what I like is, especially for veterans of 4th edition, they include the 5th edition changes icon here, so you can see straight away how things have changed. And the old flowchart. Changes have mainly been made to make it a bit quicker and to take out some of the sting of being toaded and killed, which, I don't know, it's kind of part of the fun of the old game. But in the back of the book, they do include optional rules which do bring in some more hardcore aspects of prior Talisman editions. I suppose it's the Dark Souls optional Talisman if you use the Dire Toad options and permadeath. Counters. Again, beautiful artwork. One rule change is you can choose your alignment at the start of the game now. So if you don't like the idea of being an evil sorceress, then you can be neutral or good, I guess. Light Fate, and these will be Dark Fate tokens, the Dark Fate side of the Fate tokens. In the 4th edition, this didn't come out or really get utilized until the Woodland expansion. And in this base version of Talisman 5th edition, then Dark Fate and Light Fate works the same. So this is a pretty good indicator that we are going to see expansions which utilize Dark Fate. The board will open that up at the end. All right. Who should we look at? Let's look at Troll Boy. Yeah, just look at him. Beautiful. Really detailed miniatures. Just wish I could paint and had the time to do it. Love the Troll Boy. Simple to play and fun. Yeah, these are the characters. Yeah. Looks like some of my cards are a bit bent in the box. I'm going to sleeve them up, so hopefully that won't be an issue. I'll get these out of sleeves in a minute. That looks like a Talisman card on top. It comes with 4 of those. I know a fun optional rule in 4th edition was only 1 Talisman in the deck to make it super competitive. Adventure cards. I'm going to get these sleeved as well. What I'm going to do in another video is I'm going to break them down into their adventure card types and have a look through them. 3 dice. The Talisman symbol represents 6. 6, 5, and a 2. Life counters and plastic coin counters. In Talisman 3rd edition, utilised the same components. It's nice to see them back. Likewise, strength counters, more coinage. They have like large cones which represent 5 and small cones which represent 1. Craft counters and coinage. Oh, no Easter eggs or special surprises under there. How cool would it be if you were like a pre-order customer and they put a little present or cards underneath there as a present? All right. Just going to pause it here and take off these ribbon coverings, and then we'll have a look for each one. So the character cards. These are all really nice artwork. The quality, a little bit dubious about. Definitely sleeve them, I would advise. These, I think, would tear and bend and be generally ruined quite easily. Definitely keep beer and tea away from your table. 1 toad card. Now in the instruction manual there is an optional rule called dire toad, which brings back the more debilitating toad conditions. In the base game, toad is quite tame. I think what would have been nice is if they actually included the dire toad option as a card as well, or even on the back, so you could just turn it over to whatever punishment of toad you desire in your games. 2 of my cards are a little bit out of shape. Hopefully they'll bend back into shape okay, but I'm going to put them into sleeves anyway. My warrior. It's not too bad, it's just a little bent. And Troll Boy. It's not the end of the world, at least they're not torn. So, on to the different deck types. quarter of each and put down. This is the adventure deck. About 100 cards, and will always be the largest deck in the game. But we'll see that grow phenomenally through further expansions. Should be very exciting. Beautiful art. This is the spell deck. It's got like an arcane eye. 24 spells, I think. Purchase deck. Absolutely outstanding art. And for Talisman, whole point and the namesake of the game. Get one of these, get to the Valley of Fire, beat El Jefe up here, Mr. Elder Dragon, win the game. And that's a major change from prior editions. The Crown of Command spell was the default, but that had the problem of dragging on for ages and ages. So they've made it a lot quicker to finish the game. You just land on the space, be strong enough to defeat Strength 10 or Craft 10 Elder Dragon, and then crown's yours, boom, you win. As to the general quality of the cards themselves, they feel quite fragile. 10 out of 10 for artwork. Design's great, easy to read. I mean, look at it. Rather, got some Hellraiser stuff going on there. Set in the background. Once again, strongly recommend sleeve a lot of them. These are going to get handled a lot in games. I think over time they will degrade, especially sticky fingers, etc. Sorry, I just had a coughing fit. Let's look at one of the spells. Temporal Warp, classic. I'm going to use Dragon Shields. I've got a nice collection of those waiting for some game to utilize them. So I'm going to do another video, as I said earlier. I'm just going to break down the adventure deck into all their types. Have a look at each one. This one's an event. It's got number 1 there. Finally, let's look at the board. The world of Talisman in all its glory. Let's have a closer look. It's a pretty big board. A lot bigger than 2nd and 3rd edition, slightly smaller than 4th edition. The biggest thing I notice is the layout of the artwork. Like, if I'm sitting on this side of the board, all of the artwork on each of the spaces is upside down. But I was looking on the other side, where another player might be, it's kind of like the right way up. It's just something I'll get used to, I suppose. But the art is very nice. There's a nice distinction between the outer region, the middle, and the inner. See the Storm River going around the outside. Now I know compared to 4th edition, a lot of the spaces have got a little tweaks. Like, for example, on Temple here. 4 to a 5, lose 1 life. 5, I'm pretty sure used to be enslaved. And you have to stay in that space until you rolled a 4, 5, or 6 to move. So that's a difference. This game seems to have a theme of avoiding missed turns. Firstly, because I think it wants to speed it up. And 2, it's trying to mitigate sort of having to admit that sadness of missing a turn, I suppose. So I think it might make it more fun to play. At least that's in their reasoning. The hardcore Talisman fans, it didn't matter anyway. It was just the randomness and fun of the game. And that was the price you paid sometimes. Look at that Vampire's Keep. Beautiful. I'd love to see an expansion just in the Vampire's Keep. El Jefe Dragon. And there it is. The Temple of the Dragon. Right there. With the crown. I might actually try and do a little play for it and share it, see how it plays. It'll probably play like, well, and feel like Talisman as we're pretty much used to. Maybe a little bit slicker and less punishing. But what makes each Talisman edition unique is its expansions. So I eagerly await the first one, Talisman Alliances. Till next time.